Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And once again, we have plenty to talk about in today's video. So what we're going to be doing, guys, as similar to what I've been doing the last couple videos, I'll try to get one of these out per week just to kind of touch base on how my passive income journey is going, share with you guys the news. We could talk about certain topics, and sometimes, in today's video, I can kind of alert you guys to some things that have been happening on a couple of these projects that are not necessarily the best. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Of course, we're going to go through Stable Fund, also touch on Wolf Mountain, which has been surprising me, which is kind of crazy. Talk about Optimus, talk about Horde, talk about Drip, and also talk about crypto gem trading. I had a bunch of people the last couple of weeks in the comments of my videos asking me to check out crypto gem trading. I finally did, and then the project got shut down. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and big announcement on the Horde side of things. Not too bullish, but that being said, guys, that's what we're going to be doing. And I do want to preface this video by, if you get any value out of these types of videos where we're kind of touching on different types of protocols, how they're performing, things to look out for. If you want to see more content like that, please like this video so that way we can get this in front of as many people as possible, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, I think it's very important, especially in this time that we're in DeFi, if you don't have a community or a place that you can go to talk specifics about projects that you're invested in without being attacked or gaslighted for being called FUD or whatever, I think that's important, right? So if you want to check out the community that we have, then we have the premium Discord server. I'm not saying join the premium Discord server, my server, but I do see tremendous amounts of value in joining a community where you're not going to be gaslit for asking certain questions about a damn project. It's absolutely insanity. If you go into any project that's out right now and you're asking questions, people are automatically chalking it up as FUD and trying to get you out of there. It's just, it's ridiculous if you ask me. But that being said, find yourself a good community to get into where you can ask these types of questions, and you can voice your opinion on things without, like I said, being attacked for fudding, right? It's ridiculous. So let's jump right into the first project, Stable Fund. As always, this is my workhorse right here, man. And I know that a lot. I know that probably resonates with everybody else that are watching these videos as well. For the most part, I would imagine that everybody that watches these videos is probably, if they're not invested into Stable Fund, they're probably thinking about it, been on the fence for a little while. I'm just simply showing you how it's working for me, not telling you to jump in. These are extremely risky, just like anything, right? It could be here one day, it could be gone tomorrow. Just play the game while it's here, if that's what you're doing, right? That's what DeFi is. It's just a big giant game. If you want to play the game, just know that there are potential risks and repercussions for playing said game, right? So getting into it, I know the last video I made when I talked about Stable Fund, we didn't have too much to report as far as news goes. I think that still holds true. I think that they have, quote unquote, a bullish AMA coming up. Their Discord did open, which is nice to see people finally shifting to Discord, because Telegram is just full of fucking spam and scammers. It's ridiculous. So getting people over to Discord, I think, is super beneficial. You can streamline content, you can organize things, so I prefer it. I'm sure that a lot of people do as well. Total deposit on the BUSD side, we're looking at $43,650 in BUSD, pulling in $654 BUSD per day. And the way that I've been going about this, and this may have changed a little bit from my strategy moving forward from my last video, but what I've been doing is essentially compounding for 2 days in a row, and then on the third day taking profit. That's what I'm doing right now. And I think it's important to make sure that you're taking profit, because just like I said in the beginning, this could end tomorrow, right? If this is the way that I look at it. If this ended tomorrow, if Stable Fund ended tomorrow, would I feel like I got absolutely ruined. And based on the way that I've taken profit out and pulled money out and then compounded, I feel like I would feel okay. Like I understand that there's inherent risk jumping into these types of projects, but I would be okay with the fact, sure, we're going to lose quite a bit of money, but I've also taken out quite a bit of money. So that's my plan moving forward. Compound 2 days in a row, and on the third day, we're taking profits. That's what we're doing. Matic side of things, let's see where we're at there. Basically, nothing has changed on the Matic and the BNB side of things. I'm just compounding every so often, every couple of days, whenever I remember to. Obviously, I'm in here every single morning compounding or withdrawing profits on the BUSD side. But when it comes to Matic and BNB, like, look, guys, I mean, there's only about 3,000 Matic in here deposited. I could go ahead and we'll go ahead and claim this and then restake it. But as you can see here, like I'm just continuing to stake that on the Matic side. I just use it for gas. Same thing with BNB. I'm only staking like not a whole lot, right? This is just for gas on the BUSD side. But that really is it as far as stableFund goes. I do like this dashboard here over on Dune that kind of shows you what's going on within stableFund. You can kind of see here. Let's see. Today is the 17th, so this day's not over yet. But as of right now, the daily net is negative 114,000. Yesterday we were negative 129. Day before, positive 166. This is just on the contract balance, okay? This is not trying to say anything about it, but it just helps me understand how people are interacting with the protocol. This is stuff I like to see. And in my opinion, if StableFund ever got to a place where, let's just say, they couldn't continue to pay out rewards based on the market and let's just say Bitcoin goes to like 10,000 or $5,000 to $10,000 of Bitcoin, market just completely dumps off, StableFund's not able to keep up and pay out the rewards, I would typically think that we would see a decrease in the percentage of rewards if that functionality is available in the contract. But that's what I would typically think that we would see before we seen like a complete shutdown of StableFund. So that's not to FUD it. This is just being realistic. And that's probably what I envision, coming if we ever got into an event in the overall macroeconomic market, where it would threaten Bitcoin or threaten the overall market with a super low Bitcoin price. But I do like this charts over on Dune by JP Coder. They have the other contracts as well. Like I said, I primarily only care about BUSD because that's what I'm in. All right, moving over to Wealth Mountain. Let's check out Wealth Mountain here over on Dune first real quick. Crazy, right? I don't understand how this... I do not understand how people are continuing to invest in this, but I am here for it, right? I mean, just being completely honest, if we go ahead and connect our wallet here, let me go ahead and refresh. I put about $5,000 in. Let's see. 20 days ago. And we just hit the 2% mark. So I'm at $1,800 already. This is freaking crazy. Like, there's no way that they can continue this, right? Unless I'm crazy or I'm stupid or I'm missing something, there's no way that they can continue to pay out this. And then in another 10 days, it goes up to 3%, right? So it's just going to be crazy. Like if we put in here and we look at the day 30, 31, where we're starting to earn 3%, like I'm almost ROI'd. That's crazy to me. But regardless, I'm here for it. If they're going to keep marketing and they're going to keep trying to grow the contract balance and the portfolio, then good on them. I'm here for it. I'll continue to ride this roller coaster until, like I said, until this gets under $1 million. Then I'll look at exiting. The portfolio value has also grown quite a bit too. I think the last time we made a video, it was in like the 300 to 400, maybe 450 range as far as the portfolio value goes. They're up to 602,000 now. So cool to see. As you can see here, it's been growing like crazy. Yeah, so like around this time, I think we covered it like around this time when this drop was happening. But you could see like it's grown by like $150,000, which is cool to see. Like I said, I'm here for it. I'm not I'm not going anywhere definitely until the contract balance runs to zero or at least under a million, and then I'll think about exiting my position here. But all in all, too, like if you look at the overall number of users, that's growing day to day, like almost 100 people a day, right? Cool. Again, this is all a game, and as long as it keeps going, I'm here for it. And you know, would if you were to ask me, would I think that this is still a project that's worth getting into? I don't know. I don't know. You got to think that all the people that are in here that were in here 30 days before I was, that are already earning 5% a day, they're just stacking, right? They're just stacking and stacking. And if they're like a big whale, they put in, I don't know, $20,000-$30,000. Just imagine how exponential those returns are. And they could just be able to pull those funds directly from the contract whenever they want. So it's definitely something to keep on. For myself, knowing that that's the case, I'm looking at this dashboard consistently multiple times a day just to check in on it, see how it's going. But I do the same thing with stable fund, right? So that being said, I guess the takeaway is if you're in it, ride it until it's not there anymore, right? Okay. Optimus had some news over the last couple days or so. I did exit my position on OPT2. I completely liquidated my position. There was too much volatility going on for me. It broke that base resistance that I try to stick to, which is what we're looking at, this line on the chart now. And if it breaks this base resistance again, I'm going to get out. This is just the way that I choose to mitigate any risk when we're trading tokens like this, because we all see what happens, you know. And if you look at OPT, the first version, the first contract, the second version, when they switched over, the OPT2, and then when they also switched over to USDT as the stable pair, like the same thing happens, right? So if we zoom out here on this chart, right, this will be all good, all good, all good. It will continue to ride this base support, trade sideways, go up a little bit more, trade sideways, go up a little bit more. And then like as soon as like the first major FUD happens within their Discord, or the first big couple sales come in, then it's just like a train wreck after that. And at that point, like obviously their bot is trying to fight to keep the floor price. And for me, it's just a little too much risky. So this is what I do. I just ideally I wasn't available to get back into OPT3 when they first launched, but I bought in, let's see, full transparency, guys, I bought 10K worth at $1.51. So I'm not in huge profits yet, right? But I will continue to hold as long as it rides this trend line. And that's exactly the same thing that I, let's see, if we look at OPT2, that's not what I want. Let's see. I don't know. This looks weird. But anyways, it was the same thing that happened when they switched over, before they switched over to USDT, right? Things were getting crazy. They made a switch. Bam, price is good again. Price is stable. So it's just, in my opinion, they're figuring out how best to utilize their bots and get everything working cohesively. I know that they've just rolled out some marketing, so hopefully that helps price as well. Because, you know, even if it trades sideways, I'm happy with 1% a day. But when we get into, you know, if I bought in at 151 and we get into starting to trade below that, then it doesn't necessarily make sense. And here's the thing too, right? Is like before they switched to OPT3, everybody's like, oh, well, you're still earning 1% a day. Well, you're not earning 1% a day if the token is down 8% on the day, right? I'm sure we can all agree there. And they bring all this attention to liquidity. Well, liquidity is great, and I understand that. But, you know, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? And I'm not just going to diamond hand a fucking project just for the sake of diamond handing. I feel like I'm beyond that in my DeFi journey or my crypto journey, and it is what it is. And you know, being able to make these choices has paid out for me greatly, and I am where I am now today because I'm able to think things through without emotions and be able to make decisions on the fly. I did watch DeFi Dude's most recent video, and he was talking. He did mention a little bit about the Alchemy Trades bots, but he did say something that kind of caught me off guard. He said that there was 12 to 1300 Alchemy Trades bots that were actively running, or like, you know, 12 to 15 or 12 to 30. I don't know. We'll just say 1200 or something like that, right? Some crazy number of good bots that were trading OPT2. But in reality, Alchemy Trades only has sold a little over 200 licenses. So that's definitely not a realistic thing to say. But either here or there, he did mention that he did mention something that they put into the contract to prevent these grid bots from trading if it gets to that point again where there's a shit ton of them trading on the pair. I don't know what that is. I'm definitely interested in finding out what they put in the contract, though. So I'll be doing my research. So feel free to join the Discord if you want to follow along. And like I said, be able to chat about projects without being called a fudder. Cool. So OPT3, it's doing great. I'm regardless of anything I have to say, I'm just voicing my opinion, guys. I think DeFi Dude and his team are doing great work. They've been super transparent with what they're doing, and again, like I said with Wolf Mountain, I'm here for it. If this is what we're going to continue to see, I'm here for it. Right? I've been supportive. I've been supportive on the price from the jump, and you know, even over on MEXC, I've been supportive of the price over on the centralized exchange. So that being said, I'm definitely an investor. I'm just choosing where and when to make my plays, as you should too as well, right? That being said, guys, I do want to cover Horde, but I want to talk about this first. Crypto gem trading. I had probably 20 or 30 people in the comments, in my DMs, on Twitter, asking me to check out crypto gem trading. Now, when I finally got around to it, did my research, joined their community, it was very sketchy in the first place. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put some money into this, and I'll make a video about it. We'll see how it goes, right? Put 5K in, just like I did with Milk Mountain, just to see how it goes. At the end of the day, like I said, I know the risk. I know that probably I'm not going to see that money back ever again. And yeah, I decided to take the leap. Literally, I was going to make a video on this, and the very next day, the website goes down. So, well, it didn't go down. They were like, oh, well, we're going to make some adjustments to the website. We're going to be updating the website. It will be down from this time, and it will be back up October 15th at 10 a.m. EST. It was not back up at 10 a.m. EST. As you can see, it is still not back up. The owner of the project, Manny Delgado, I believe his name is, he posted a couple of videos in the crypto gem trading Discord. And basically what he was saying is that he created an LLC out of crypto gem trading, and he was trying to legalize everything, right? Cool. I respect that. However, instead of bringing the website back on, like I said, he made this video and was like, you know, essentially dropped a bomb saying that crypto gem trading is no longer, we've now moved to prosperity gem mining, and our main utility is going to be crypto mining. And surely that sounds crazy, right? You're going to earn 2%. So this protocol, they were offering 2% a day, right? Surely it sounds crazy to go from, okay, we're paying out 2% a day because we're trading for you with the funds that you submit or deposit into the protocol, to, hey, we're going to pay out 2% per day based on the mining that we're doing. And I believe he's located in Florida. So I think that we're going to be doing mining in Florida somewhere. To my knowledge, I don't even know if that is a reasonable percentage to pay out from mining, given the current light of the market, and with the economic pressure that's on the overall crypto market and all the blue chips. I don't know if I don't have enough information or knowledge about mining to be able to say that, well, that's BS. There's no way you could do that. Or sure, that's easy. Yeah, obviously you could pay out 2% a day based on what you're doing mining. But the, the the problem in light is like the conversations that he was having with people within the Discord were just like super disrespectful. I was trying to ask him like, hey, you know, um, hey Manny, like, okay, if you're moving from one utility to the other, surely there has to be some downtime, right? Surely there has to be some downtime from you going as a business model to trading for other people to then mining for other people. Surely there has to be some time in between for you to get all the mining equipment set up, start becoming profitable, and then eventually start paying out to people. He was like, no, we're not going to take a lapse in the 2% a day at all. We're going to continue to pay out that 2%. I was like, okay, well, where's that money coming from? He's like, well, it's coming from the smart contract. And then he tried to be like, well, do you not know how smart contracts work and blah, blah, blah. So it was ridiculous. But there you go. He's paying out 2% a day from the money that's in the contract balance. So you can take that information and deduce what that means, right? Then he put this up and he's asking, well, since they are switching to prosperity gem mining, they can no longer use that same smart contract. So he's manually having to go and refund everybody. I know that a couple people have gotten their refunds. I don't know if it's realistic to expect everybody is going to get paid refunded unless he's coming out of pocket, since they were using funds in the smart contract to pay people out, even though I would imagine they haven't been producing revenue if they're not trading, because they were trying to do things according to the law, unless the prosperity gem mining thing is just a cover up and they're still going to do trading. They're just calling it something else, right? I don't know, but lots of drama. Essentially, so if you are in CGT, you need to email prosperitygemmining at Gmail, include in that email your wallet address and a screenshot of your wallet, your MetaMask, to prove that that wallet is really yours. And that refund is going to take 7 to 14 days to process your full refund. Anyways, moving on to Horde. Lots and lots of information coming out about Horde. Some that I'm not too happy about. And I know a lot of people were kind of disgruntled about this. But the reality of the situation is, once you invest in a protocol, you understand that they have full reign over what they choose to do with your money. And that's just sometimes the way that works. And that's what they're doing, right? So we'll jump into Discord and we're going to look at this right away. So on the 14th, so just 3 days ago, so it's a little bit late, but Horde has matured. It has already gone through the high inflation rate liquidity accumulation phase and is now moving towards a mature protocol, building out a suite of products, much like the blue chips people are already familiar with. We are creating a truly special ecosystem. It is used too much in the crypto space, but what we have at Horde is a great example of one where all products offered are in different branches of crypto, from daily rewards to staking to NFTs to play to earn to upcoming dexes and more. I would agree. They have a massive suite of protocols that kind of envelop the Horde community. Awesome stuff, right? Now, as we move away from high risk, high reward DeFi protocol built out from a DeFi as a service when we launched Horde, we are moving more toward a blue chip project, incorporating our next big vision that has come to fruition, such building a DEX, etc. We want to ensure that we are able to pivot into long-term sustainable product model, which will continually be enriched, by our new roadmap. For over 205 days, we have paid out 1% a day at the current total of over 27 million. That's a lot of freaking money, right? That's absolutely insane. In the time that we have changed our tokenomics multiple times, which some of the community are unaware of, this is probably because we haven't changed reward tokenomics, and this is going to be our next step. So Horde mutation, what is it? How does it affect you? We're going to get into that. a much more robust and sustainable version of the original Horde. All plots, including new plot creations, are now infected. If you look here on the DAP, you can see here all Horde plots are infected. So that's what that means. The original reward system is now converted into the infected version. How does this make it more sustainable? Well, basically what they're doing is they're cutting all the rewards on plots from 1% a day down to 0.5% a day, right? So essentially they're taking your 1% a day, they're cutting the rewards in half across the board. However, this does not affect plots with NFT scenes. And the way that this works, right? So if we go in here, you can see here I have my balance, 48.428 Horde tokens. My claimable is 8.1, and we have I haven't compounded or anything at all, right, since the last video. So if I were to go ahead and claim this or hit this claim all button, then all of my plots would become mutated. Besides the ones that I have a couple of them. I think I have 3 that have NFTs actually attached to them, right? But if we went and hit claim all of these NFTs are now going to become infected they're going to become mutated and then start paying out that 0.5% per day. However, if I choose not to claim and just let my claimable kind of accumulate here, I'm still earning that 1% a day. So that's kind of what I'm doing, dude. I don't know what to do. I don't know. That's the challenging part, right? Another thing is that they've implemented a different tax structure. I'm not too annoyed about this, but I am annoyed about the tax structure, right? New dynamic sell tax. When the price is below $100, the dynamic sell tax is now 20%. Okay. Well, I know that they're supposed to keep in a range above $100, blah, blah. But we'll look at the charts in a second and see how factual that information is. Price between 100 and 104. Cool. Price or the sell tax is down to 10% like it has always been. And then if you catch it with the price above $104, you got a 0% sell tax. Let's look at the charts here since they implemented this on October 14th and see how many times that, let's just see how many times the price is caught across the $100 mark and how long it stayed there. This is on a 15-minute chart. And if we look back, very seldom will we see wick up past $100. So basically, unless you have a bot trying to snipe over $100, or you're super fast and you happen to catch it on the off chance that it's at or above $100, you're basically screwed, and you're paying 20% sales tax on every Horde token that you sell. So that is that's really the one thing that I'm not super pumped about. But at the end of the day, I know the responsibility that I took on when I joined this protocol, knowing that they would probably have to change some things down the line because 1% a day is crazy, right? It is crazy. And it's been going on for an extremely long time. And if you listen back to my last 2 videos where we did like kind of a breakdown analysis of a bunch of different projects, I've said that I was worried about Horde because they were launching this NFT protocol, and so much of the zombie NFT mint funds were going to the liquidity manager for the Horde token, which kind of made me think that their peg was in jeopardy. And now that they're starting to implement things like this, where you have this gnarly sales tax, they're cutting rewards by 50%. It kind of leads me to believe that I was right, and I kind of seen this coming. I would be lying to myself if I didn't say I seen this coming. But here we are, and we just going to continue to play the game, right? That's all we can do. So that is Horde. I know that this video is getting extremely long, but bear with me because I did want to touch briefly on Drip. So I know that the Animal Farm is getting ready to finally launch very, very soon here. And I just want to share with you what I'm doing. I know that there was a couple options when it come to the animal farm. If you were in it prior to it shutting down, as far as the dogs contracts goes, they had a couple of different options for you to claim them. I know that there was like a time lock where you'd get them kind of dripped out to you. I've just chosen to go ahead and have them all given to me at one time, because I plan on getting out of the animal farm as soon as possible. In theory, right? Like if things are looking good, then I might try to play it differently. But as of right now, I'll probably be looking to take my profits and get out while I can. But you never know. Things change all the time in crypto and DeFi. I always change my strategy on the day-to-day. Who knows? I might watch a video later that talks about a specific strategy when it comes to Animal Farm and the launch, and I might change that. So that could very well be the case. But as far as drip goes, I'm just accumulating drip tokens until the Animal Farm launches, because everybody's been talking about the price of drip is going to pump around the Animal Farm launch. Well, we'll see. We're at $6.13. Up a little bit from the last video that I made. I think that we're under $6 in the last video, so that's cool. Again, I think it's okay. And for those of you that come in the comment section of this video or any video I put out really and talk shit because I'm simply voicing my opinion without leaving a shred of constructive conversation in the comment, then why do you even bother? You know what I mean? If I want to talk about drip on my YouTube channel, then I'm going to talk about drip. If I want to talk about how I really feel about it, then that's what I'm going to do. If you want to converse with me back and forth and maybe say, hey, did you think about this? Or what about this? Then sure, I would love to have a conversation about it. But if you just simply want to go in the comments and talk shit because I didn't talk about drip in the best light, or I gave you a sobering point of view and you're a drip maxi, then don't waste your time commenting. Like it's ridiculous. But like I said, if you want to have constructive conversation, I'm here for it. I'm always here for it. But if you have nothing positive to offer, then don't watch the videos. Don't subscribe to the channel. Don't comment. It's really not that difficult. You know what I mean? That being said, guys, the video is extremely long here, so I'm going to end it. Hopefully you guys got value out of today's video. If you did, please drop a like on it so we can get this in front of as many people as possible. Obviously, a lot of changes going on within the protocols that we discussed today, but thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.